Thanks for kind of tuning in on this little lunch and learn time that I'm going to be doing on inspired content. I figured I would do this while I break my fast because today's an intermittent fasting day for me. Let me go ahead and let me tell you what we're going to be talking about over here on Instagram. I'm broadcasting simultaneously on Instagram and also here we go, on Facebook. Hope you're having a great day. My name is Shatone Morrison, and if you're first time hitting me, come say hello, honey. And I'm here with my son Levi. I often go live with him. Here, tap that to give me a little bit more light.
Hello.
Unfortunately, my kitchen's got the overhead lights, and then I've got the lights I'm lit from the back, so it's kind of deep. But I'm glad you're here. So if you are a business owner, and that's Levi, he's not feeling good today, so he might cough. So I'm like, stay away from my food. What's the problem?
Tap work.
Oh, right here. Okay, right here. Okay.
There we go.
So, my name is Shatone Morrison. Welcome to anyone who comes on. And if you happen to see this later on the replay, hello. Make sure that you are following me on Facebook at Shatone Morrison Consulting on my business page. And make sure also that you're following me on Instagram at Real Princess of Positivity. Okay, I am one of those girls who definitely wears an apron. My husband made twin aprons for us when we were married for like 2 or 3 years. And he realized that he wanted to sew. And so because I'm wearing a white shirt, I've got to cover it up today. So I usually employ intermittent fasting a couple times a week. Oh, that's so uncomfortable. But anyway, I usually do intermittent fasting a couple times a week, and I break my fast around 12:30 or 1. Let me give a message to my son. Honey, we're going to have to go to piano lessons soon. Make sure you're showered and dressed, please. We have to leave out. And so I like to intermittent fast because it really helps my digestion. I like to break my fast with something healthy. But I thought, you know what? Since I'm going to be cooking anyway, it's going to take me a moment. I might as well talk to you guys about inspiration. So my entire platform and what I do is I help business owners to stay, just get their content on board. I'm a content strategist. And hello, Latasha, over on Facebook. Good to see you. I'm a content strategist, and I help you to systematize your message, to script your unique brand story, and to confidently sell on and offline. So get your confidence back or get your confidence up. I do all those things. I am a word girl for sure. I am all about the content. People actually do call me Queen of Content or Content Queen, but I'm known as the Princess of Positivity. That's my trademark brand because I am all about putting a positive spin on things. And it's not a rose-colored glasses thing. I see this video recently, and it's like someone smacking away negative words. It's not that. But the thing is that if we stay muddled in the negative place, then it just doesn't work for us. And I find that as a business owner, and I'm so sorry I'm so dark, guys. I'm in the market for some new lights. That I find that as a business owner, so many times whatever negativity you have going on in your life, it shows up in your content. Hi. It shows up in your content, and that's unfortunate. It shows up in your content. So what can you do? So today I'm not coaching on, I'm not life coaching today. Okay, I used to be a life coach. I'm not doing that. Today I'm actually making some egg whites and some baby peppers. I got some carrots. I'm doing an omelet today. Actually like a frittata, like a vegetable scramble. Got some carrots going. I have some spinach that's almost too old to use, but I'm going to be using it. And I'm going to splurge, do not tell my health coach, a little bit of cheese. And then later on to polish it off, I'm going to do some fresh blueberries, love that. And I'm going to be hooked up. All right, so today I want to talk about inspired content, how to get it, how to keep it, and how to rein it in. And you need to know how to do all three things. And I think that of all the things that I do really well, I am inspirational. I'm motivational, not just for others, but for myself. And it's pretty good to be that way. Not always easy, but it's a fun thing to do when you are creating content for your business. So I want to first ask you a question and also let you know. Oh, okay, no problem. Okay, good. I'll see you later. I want to ask you the question, if you are in a business or you are an entrepreneur, how are you getting your content done? Are you feeling overwhelmed by it? Is it something that you love to do? Is it something that you're energized by? Or do you find yourself kind of running out of things to talk about? And so that all has to do with being inspired. So not just being inspired by what you're talking about, but by having the inspiration to actually do the work. And as I've mentioned a couple weeks ago, very soon I'm going to be launching a co-writing workshop. And I'm going to be announcing the name probably later on this week. I'm so excited about the content. of all things, the content, but really helping business owners to be able to let this not be just another terrible thing they have to do or something that they have to do all day long or every single day, but teaching them how to get it done in a really creative way that will really help their clients. I love working with coaches. I love working with those people that Terry Levine, who's my coach's coach, has coined as heartpreneurs. I love working with people that are into inspiring others. That's kind of my thing. So let's get right down to it. So first thing, how do you get it? How do you get inspired to not just do the work, but make sure that the work makes sense, not just to you, but to the people that you're, that are following you, to your avatar and your unique client. I'm not going to talk about your niche market today. I often talk about that. Very, very important. But let's just say, provided you know who your niche market is, you know exactly who it is, who you're talking to, you know who's listening, and once you know all of those things, you're ready to sit down and write. You're ready to sit down and you're like, I totally don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to say. It's almost like having mindset block. Like writers get writer's block. I'm a writer, so I know about that. But it's like I have writer's block. I have this block. And I want to help you right now with a couple of tips. I actually have some notes down here, and I always like to show my notes because those who do live streams and stuff, they're always like, but how do you do it? So what I do is right before the live stream, I take some notes. I have about 9 bullets here, and that's what I'm going to run through really quickly. And I don't get into like a whole lot of things because I know what I'm talking about. So if you're authentic, which is a big thing, you never have to worry about having a whole bunch of notes because you're talking about what you're passionate about and you're talking about what you know about. If you're talking about what you know about, you don't have to worry. All right, so I'm sorry I'm so dark. I'm here. Okay, so here's the first thing, how to get it. The first thing is you have to pay attention. So, we live our lives and things are going on and things sometimes pass us by. I would say open your eyes to what's going on around you. Not like news items and things like that, like in other countries and, all the negative things. And also not all the positive things, like all the feel-good stories you might see on social media. I'm talking about in your world, in your life. I love to create content about things that go on in my family, not so much bigging up my kids, although many times I do bring my son or my daughter online with me, but I'm talking about the things that go on in your world. Pay attention. Nothing is too small to create content from. It never is. So you may find something that you're doing, like for example, I'm cutting this and my knife is really, like it needs to be sharpened. So there's a metaphor in here, and you can use this in your business. You can use the dullness of this knife that's not cutting very fast for me to put that in your content. And maybe the knife is a metaphor for your systems, or maybe the knife is a metaphor for one of your programs. And you can say that when you don't have it sharpened up or polished up, it's not going to work very well. That's how you get inspired, all right? So pay attention to little things. Never think that something is too small to be a part of your content. You can, if you think about it, and you just decide to take that still time to really reflect, you can find really great content in everyday life. All right. The other thing is don't discount the small ideas. So sometimes, and I think it's one of the sad things. Okay, so just so you see, I finished cutting up all my peppers. I got 4 color, yellow, orange, and red peppers, 3 colors of peppers. And now I'm going to take my, I have a really big fryer right here, and I'm going to put some coconut oil in there, warm that up, and then I'm going to kind of saute my little bit of coconut oil, and I'm going to saute my peppers a little bit. So the thing is that you don't want to discount small ideas. You'd be surprised how these small ideas might actually end up being really huge for your business. And again, I am talking more so about business writing. We're not talking about personal, but this can work the same if you have a blog and you really want to talk about what you're doing in your own personal life. It's the same thing. Just don't, say I use a very little bit of oil. I'm not into oil. Use a little bit, just let that warm up. Don't discount the small things, all right? So those are 3 things we talked about. Paying attention to what's going on. Little things matter, and then not discounting the small ideas. If you have a small idea, you think, oh, that's too small to create some content from, or that no one's going to care about that. If you know your avatar, you'll know exactly what it is that they need. Okay, let me fix myself up here. Okay, how to keep it. How are you going to keep it, all right? Many times, you start off inspired. You start off like, yay, I'm ready to do this. Yay, I know what to tell everyone. Yay, and then it kind of it just filters out. You're like, what happened? Okay, so these are my little organic shredded carrots. I am a firm believer in Trader Joe's. Love Trader Joe's. And I'm going to put those over there in my pan as well. Cut my heat down a little and talk to you guys, all right? So the thing is how do you keep it? How do you keep being inspired? How do you keep churning it out? How do you keep it once you get it? All right, how do you keep it? So I've got 3 tips for you for that. The first thing is record everything. I mean, within reason. Record everything. So if you have this inspired thought, this inspired idea, how are you going to remember it? So there's lots of ways to do that. Some people do it in things like Buffer or Planoly. Some people do it in a spreadsheet or in a database or just in their notes in their phone or Evernote, or there's lots of apps that you can use. There's all sorts of ways that you can keep what is inspired content for you, or those little stories. Sometimes I actually do keep lists. I don't have with me right now I keep little tiny books and index cards all the time, because that's how I make sure that I always know what has taken place. And it's a great way of keeping your content fresh and keeping yourself inspired. I think there's nothing worse than when I speak to an entrepreneur. Excuse me while I have some of my chai tea. When I speak to an entrepreneur who's become bored, they become bored with what they deliver, and they've become bored with their content, and they've become bored with their program. And it's like, I'm looking at them and I'm saying, are you kidding me? This is amazing. But they become bored with it. So I ask you, if you become bored, what do? One thing you can do is record the things that you were inspired with earlier, like catch them back again, and you'd be surprised how much good it will do for your business going forward. I need a little bit more oil here. I use so many peppers. Okay. So the second thing, find ways to put it down. I told you about how you can record it, but then find ways of cataloging it. So it could be that maybe you're like I have a lot of friends who have MLM businesses, and if your company doesn't give you the content and you have to create it yourself, then what I would do is I would say, like, let's just say Young Living, okay? I actually love Young Living oils. So let's say that's something that you're working on. Then I would say that you want to make sure that you know, like, okay, this is a blend that I like to use for pain. And this is a blend I like to use for when I have a headache. This is a blend of oil that I like to use to clean with. And that's what I've seen a lot of my friends do in Young Living. They actually are using their content in that way. But what happens if you're just like, I don't feel anything right now, right? You'll lose it. So what you have to do is you have to catalog that information. And once you do that, don't hold it forever. You know what I found? I found that sometimes people fall in love with their content, and let me just not lie. It's happened to me. I'm adding some spinach in now. It's happened to me where I love the content, and I almost get afraid to use it. I'm like, well, that's so good, I should keep that for this time. And, well, that's so good, I want to save it. And you end up saving things like this spinach. I probably saved too long because I was saving it for something, and now it's a little wilted. Wait a minute. Like, you can't save stuff. You got to use it when it's fresh. So it doesn't mean that you have to throw out everything great that you have, but having a systematic way of sharing what's great that you've come up with will keep you inspired and will keep your client base, your avatar, keep them inspired and keep them interested in what you're talking about, all right? So don't go around polishing it forever. It's like, it's not a car, all right? This is not turtle wax on your content. You want to get in, you want to see that it's good, you have it cataloged, and then you want to use it. I'm not saying don't edit. I'm all about editing. But you want to make sure that you're not going crazy and waiting so long to use it that it's no longer fresh. You want to make sure about that. I'll tell you a brief story is that, as I mentioned, I'm putting some chili powder in because I love the flavor of chili powder. Use a little bit of that. I try not to use too much oil. I try not to use too much salt. I will use a little bit of salt later on. I don't know what happened to my salt. I'll be right back. So I'm going to run over here to my cabinet and get this seasoning that I like. Actually, I'm going to use lemon pepper. This is a lemon pepper seasoning, so it has pepper and lemon in it as well. And I'm going to put that on my vegetables today. So, what happened to me recently was that I did a Sunday Corner video. I have a Sunday Corner that I do here on Facebook and also on Instagram. And you'll find lots of them on YouTube as well. I've been doing it for about 2 years, or almost 3 years now. And I split up the video. The video was a little long. I wanted to split it up, and then I forgot. Like, it was really great, and I forgot about part 2. So actually, it's going to be probably coming out later on this week. And I had promised to put it out, but I was busy and I was doing other things, and I actually forgot about that great content. So don't polish it forever, all right? Make sure that you use it. Okay, now what I'm going to do You see, it's almost, it's like just looking, it smells amazing. This is delicious. Ooh. Okay, so I've got that going there. All right, for anyone who's just tuning in, this is my tricolor pepper and spinach mix, and I'm gonna put some eggs in there. All right, how to rein it in. So for those of you who are like, I have no shortage of content, I have no shortage of how to create content, I have no problem getting inspired. In fact, I'm super inspired. I'm in that club, super inspired. I mean, inspiration is, you know, no problem for me. I've got plenty of that. But then what happens is that sometimes you got to get reined in. And if you don't, you'll end up trying to use every single thing that you have that's great. I'm not saying it's not great. I'm not saying that your ideas aren't amazing. I'm sure they are. But should you be using them all? Okay, so like for example, I love eggs. I can't even show them to you. If they're in it, they're going to fall out. You can't see those. Anyway, eggs. I love eggs, right? But like I can't eat eggs all day. I would love to. I would love to. So I'm just going to use 2 eggs and then 1 egg white. How do you guys separate your egg whites? This is how I do it. This is how I do it. All right, and I got an eggshell in there, so now I got to get that out. That's why I talk to you guys. So if you have no shortage of content and no shortage of inspiration, then I would, hey Jay, how are you? I would really tell you that it's super important that you rein it in, because what you can end up doing is you see how I'm scrambling that with a spoon? Who does that? I did that because I had a little bit of coconut oil left on there and I wanted to get it in there for my eggs, for my vegetables. So you have to rein it in, and if not, sometimes you can end up pulling from all these different directions and it's just awful. So what can you do? The very first and most important thing I'm going to tell you is you have to have a tribe. You have to have a tribe of people who'll be willing to tell you the truth. Like, hey, Chatone, you're way out there. I'm great. Good to see you. Yeah, like, Chatone, you're out there. Like, you're way out there. You have to have a tribe that's willing to tell you the truth about when you have lost it, when you've gone a little bit too far. That could be a mastermind. That could be a coach. It could be a Facebook group. One of the things that's going to be in my co-writing workshop group is exactly that, to help you not to get like too into the weeds or too in the sky, and to keep you right with your avatar. But we're going to know who your avatar is. I'm going to know who it is that you're looking to work with, and who your customers are. And it's going to help you to make sure that you stay on point for them. The second thing is, if you're totally like, I've got content for days, then what I'm going to tell you is really important is that you have a periodic review to make sure you're in alignment. All right, so first have a review, have a tribe to do that with. I'm going to put a little cheese, do not tell my coach. My health coach would be like, what? That's dairy. I know. I wanted some today. Just that's all. And that periodic review you could do by yourself, but it's really great when you can do it with another person, because another person or the group of people, someone who's even in your same market, they will be able to tell you, hey, that's not working. That's not, that's not resonating. You want to make sure that everything you do resonates. It may resonate with you. I'm telling you. I have had people in my mastermind say, Chatone, it's great, it's creative, but no one's going to understand that. Just don't do it. And I've had to listen to that, and it hurts. I hate that. But I've done it, and they were right. So if people are right, listen up. Do the periodic review. Be willing to do that kind of check-in yourself. Check in with your audience. Ask them, does this resonate? Now, usually you'll know right away, because, like, did anybody look at it? Did anybody comment? Did anyone DM you afterwards? So many times people will not necessarily talk during my my lives and some of my videos, but they'll send me a DM afterwards, and they'll tell me how, how it helped them. And so that is meaningful to me. So check in with your audience. Check in with your avatar. Know if what you're doing actually makes sense to them or not. Then the last thing is that if it doesn't, if it's not in alignment, it's way out in the weeds, it's way down in this, it's way up in the sky, then don't, just let it go. I have actually taken things that I know I can't use, and I just give them away to people. I did this especially before I switched gears from being a life and confidence coach to specifically writing for others. I used to give my ideas away because I'm like, this doesn't fit my avatar. This doesn't fit my business. But it was too good to let go, so I would give it away. So now it's kind of awesome because I get to have those ideas that don't fit my business, and give them to my clients, who have contracts with me. So that's pretty awesome. And for those that join my group, they'll be able to get some of those as well. So I think it's a win-win all around because I love to share and I love my creative mindset, and it's pretty awesome. Hi, Claudette. How are you? Good to see you, lady. So what I've been talking about today is being inspired in your content. If you're a business owner, you know that you've got to create content all the time. You know that you want it to be fresh. You don't want to be constantly creating something new, but you want to stay inspired. And the way that you're going to do that is by getting the inspiration, by paying attention, learning how to tell stories, knowing how to catalog your stories. You keep it by recording everything and realizing that nothing's too small. Find ways of cataloging your stories, find ways of polishing it up and editing, but then don't edit forever. Like, definitely use it as soon as you can, and so that, it doesn't become old, Keep everything fresh. But then again, if you are like me and you're a content queen, then know when to rein it in. Because sometimes your inspiration doesn't resonate with anybody, and then people are like, what are you talking about? And then you might lose your audience. So that's what's up today. I was cooking my little breakfast/lunch. I love intermittent fasting. Has anyone done that? Has anyone done that? If you see this on the replay, hit me up and let me know if you're all about intermittent fasting. I am. I love it because I have so many digestive problems, and it's great for me not to have so much food in my body at one time. So I try and get between like 14 and 16 hours. So I think yesterday I ate last at about 7:30, about 8 o'clock. So that I'll eat today around 1. So that's a pretty good window. 4 to 1, 12, 16, 17 hours. So that's awesome. 17, did I count that right? So I love doing it. Excuse me. It's really, really helped my digestion, and then also removing things from my diet that don't work. Now, this is a lot of nightshades that I've made here today. I did make like kind of a scramble with vegetables, 3 colors of peppers, with eggs, a little bit of cheese. Shh, don't tell anyone. Also some carrots, some spinach. And then I'm going to top that off with, of course, I cooked it with coconut oil. I love my coconut oil. And I'm going to finish it up with some gluten-free bread. A lot of people say, oh, you eat bread, Chaton? You eat bread? I didn't think you ate bread. I eat bread. Like, there's a lot of these loaves out in my freezer. I don't play that. I try not to eat wheat, though. So this one is probably made from potato starch, brown rice, flour, blah, 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 blah. It's a pretty good one. I like it because it doesn't have that much sodium. And this one this is actually Trader Joe's. This was new in my store. I hadn't seen it earlier. I also like to use one from the store Sprouts. I think it's by 3 Brothers, and that one's really good. But I love using this gluten-free bread. It toasts up really delicious, and then I'll use a little bit of real butter. My son the other day saw me eating butter, and he said, Mom, is that butter? Is that real? Because I usually use a little coconut oil or something, and I'm like, Mommy eats butter from time to time. I do. And then I'm going to just pair that with these beautiful new blueberries. I'm not big on buying blueberries when they're not 100% in season, but my Shuggy bought me these, and I was so excited because he knows I won't buy them because they're too expensive right now. But I love, and they're also not necessarily tasty, so I try and buy them this summer and freeze them. But I'm going to see how ththese work. I haven't tasted them yet. And then, of course, I will finish everything with my chai tea. Love chai green. So that's it. That's it for me. I'm out. I hope you enjoyed this little live, this little broadcast. I'm always excited to give you good content. I am a content strategist. My name is Chaton Morrison. You can follow me on Instagram at Real Princess of Positivity, and you can follow me on Facebook. This is actually my personal page, but you can follow me on Facebook at Chaton Morrison Consulting. Know that every single week I put out fresh content on both platforms. I put out lots of videos. I love videos, and I'm very soon going to be launching a co-writing workshop group to help you as an entrepreneur get your writing done, but also get coached along the way. I hope you're having a great day, and until I speak with you again, I'm about to eat, but whatever you're doing, be authentic, be brilliant, and be the catalyst. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Let me just shut down Instagram. There we go. See you guys on Facebook. I'll see you soon. Bye.